Stacy, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Bud. It's good to see you.
How are you enjoying our CEO advisory groups? How are you enjoying working on that?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding that we're getting some enormous success, and our CEOs are telling us they're getting some great progress forward.
That's good to hear, and I think it's all because of the great leadership and coaching insights that you're bringing to that group.
Oh, Bud, you're too kind. You flatter me. You know, I think we have this great complementary dynamic, and I think that the coaching is great, but then you bring years of change management, some great thought structures, and I think when you add that to some of the big company experience that you have, I think it's all very positive.
Yeah, I think it works well in our CEO groups. Sometimes when I look back on the major transformations I've done, I'm a little more frustrated. I think I'm getting a lot more reward working with you on this CEO level right now.
That's interesting. So what about the old change management piece was frustrating?
Well, you know, we talk about principles of change, the whole diverge before you converge, and getting people to break down orthodoxies with new questions, getting lots of people into the conversation. We do all of that, and it seems to work very well. Places like Whirlpool, we worked, and it works well on the internal. We can make changes internally, I think, almost within our control.
So where doesn't it work?
I think the recent one I did was in Korea Telecom. That was 2.5 years. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had some really disruptive changes that the teams brought together. Terrific ideas. They never got out of the organization. As a matter of fact, they got killed within the organization.
That's frustrating.
It was terrifically frustrating. We had a lot of young people working on our teams. They came in at the bottom, and they had that natural human creativity that they just wanted to get out. And they participated, worked through all of what we wanted, but the ideas never escaped the organization from the top.
So when you say that, what it reminds me of is the different levels that people are working at individually and organizationally. So often you have executives, the most senior team, working at a level of fear, right? And not necessarily being able to access the levels that are creative and innovative and being able to pull that into the organization. You can squelch all the creativity you have coming in, and then add to that, that new generation, those new entrants start to feel disengaged and no longer want to contribute because they can't see their ideas moving forward.
And I think the sad part of what happens sometimes at Korea Telecom is we would bring the people up, you know, we'd bring our teams up, and they would have all of this energy and this expectation and this hope. And when it got to those functional silos, because, you know, we were trying to drive across those functional silos, those things would get killed, and it was very difficult for us to regenerate the teams.
Yeah, and so I think that's where change management in and of itself can fail. And I think that's where the collaboration of leadership and change management, working on some of the executive, their positioning, their perspective, creating new perspectives that they can grab a hold of so they can let go of some of what no longer serves them and be able to deliver better results inside of the organization and outside to their customers.
Well, I wish you'd have been with us at Korea Telecom. I think we could have maybe pushed it a lot farther than we did.
As do I. We can always go back, Bud.
We're going to give them a call. Thanks, Stacy.
Thanks.